I grew up in Long Island. Everyone was fascinated with driving. All my friends about 17, 16 years old always were just so interested about getting a car and driving around and just making an activity out of just driving around the local town that I grew up in. And I remember when I got my learner's permit, I was about 16 years old, and I went with my parents. We went into just a very big vacant parking lot. It was a very new experience for me, driving a motor vehicle. I've driven golf carts before, I've driven go-karts before, but this was a totally different animal. This one day, my dad said, "Rich, we're gonna take you on the highway this time." And I was like, wow, highway, this is gonna be something crazy. Cars flying 60, 70 miles per hour. I'm gonna have to really use my signal. We started out on this highway that probably didn't get as much traffic as others, in Long Island. And I was really quite, nervous. I was scared and I just didn't know what to expect. Dad taught me, make sure that you have your signal on and slowly approach the left lane when you're approaching from the right, and always look at the mirror, right? But my dad always warned me, you have to look at blind spots too. So you have to look to the left, you have to look to the right, you have to make sure that no one is close enough to you that you'll get too close to them. And one thing about driving is that not only do you have to be careful of what you're doing, but there's other people you have to be worried about because, hey, are they on the phone? Are they texting? Are they not looking at the road properly? They're not signaling properly. So that's one thing that was always nerve-wracking, but sometimes you just have to overcome those fears. And that's one thing that I learned over the years to overcome and just do it. And obviously, there's probably a lot of other things that you yourself may need to overcome fear-wise, whether it's driving or whether it's starting a new business like that I've done, or even just driving a boat, or just maybe even afraid on jumping in and playing that golf game with your fellow colleagues and be embarrassed on not hitting the ball, which I have had to overcome. But I think that overcoming your fears is super important. I've done it. And don't be afraid to just jump in and try to resolve those fears, and then you feel more comfortable down the road.